Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to dive into implementing routing using LangChain. Routing allows us to direct user inputs to different states or actions based on their intent, making our AI applications smarter and more effective. In this video, we'll start by setting up a simple example with three types of requests: greeting, goodbyes, and anything else that doesn't match these categories. And using LangChain's Runnable branch and Runnable pass-through, we'll build a flow that classifies the request with a small language model and then routes it to the appropriate handler function. And by the end of this video, you will see how to coordinate multiple branches in a clean, modular way so that your AI can decide dynamically what action to take depending on what the user says. Let's jump into the code and see it in action. So this is my requirements.py file. It is the same as per my last Python implementation video, but you haven't seen that. You can directly start the code from here, or you can go back and check that code. I'll keep a link down below there. So create this requirements file and then activate your virtual environment. As I've already created mine, I'll just activate this virtual environment and then you can install your libraries as mentioned in the requirements.txt file. I have already done this, so I'm going to go into the code directly. So my first import is going to be the chat Google generative AI. So that will come from LangChain underscore Google Gen AI import chat Google generative AI. So this imports the Google Gemini based LLM integration for LangChain. And chat Google generative AI is a class that allows you to send chat based prompt to the Google generative AI model and receive responses. Next import is going to be my chat prompt template, and that will come from langchain underscore core dot prompts and then chat prompt template. It is basically used to define structured prompts for the LLM. You can create prompts with placeholder like request and a system message to guide the model's behavior. And this ensures consistent formatting and helps the LLM understand the task clearly, like classifying input or generating a response. The third input is going to be the str output parser from langchain underscore core dot output parsers. So str output parser is used to convert the raw output from the LLM into a standard Python string. And this is important because LLM responses can sometimes include extra formatting, and the parser ensures you get a clean, usable string for further processing. And the fourth import that I'm going to have is my runnable pass through and my runnable branch. So that will come from langchain underscore core dot runnables import runnable branch and runnable pass through. So runnable pass through allows you to wrap a function or value so it can be used in a runnable chain without modification. So for example, passing a user request or executing a handler function. And runnable branch allows you to conditionally route data based on a choice function. So you define multiple tuples like condition branch pairs, and then it chooses which branch to run based on which condition evaluates to true. So this is how the routing logic like greeting or goodbye or default will be implemented down below in the code. And then my final import will be from .env import load.env. So this is basically a function that is going to load the environment variable from a .env file that I already have, which consists my Google API key to run the Gemini model. So we typically use this env file to store API key or secrets securely so that they are not hard coded into our model. Now we define our LLM, and basically that is going to be a Gemini 2.5 flash model from chat Google generative AI class. Next we are going to implement our handler functions, and then these will be simple functions that processes the user request depending on the type of the input here. So first of all, I'm going to do greet handler which will take string request as a parameter and then will return a string object. So I'm just going to simulate this here, not write any complex kind of logic. So maybe this will say greet handler, and then it will return greet handler, greet handler processed, and then the request. Similarly, I'll have a by handler, and then it will print by handler, and then I'll say by handler process and then request, and then I'll also have a default handler which will take in a string, give in string, give out string again. Again, I'll simply print a default handler and then return a string called default handler process and then pass the request along with this. And now we are going to set up the router prompt here. And this is where we tell our language model exactly what we want to do. So in this prompt, we provide a system instruction asking the model to classify whether the user's request is one of the three categories. Greet if the user is saying hello, bye if the user is saying goodbye, and default for anything else. Let me implement the system prompt here. Okay, so like I said, we have a system prompt that classifies the user request as one of the following: greet if user is saying hello, bye if user is saying goodbye, and default otherwise. We also make it clear that model should only output one single word, basically greet, bye, or default. And finally, we include a placeholder request for the actual user input. So each time the model gets a new request, it knows exactly what to classify. Now we are going to set up the router chain and then our choice function. So first of all, we'll implement our router chain. So router underscore chain equals to, first of all, we'll pass router prompt, then LLM, then string output parser. So here we connect our router prompt to the large language model, and then we pass the output through the str output parser. So what this does is takes the user input, classifies it using the model, and then gives us a clean string that tells whether the request is greet, by, or default. Next, we create two different choice functions here, and those will be isGreet function and isBy function. So let me implement this. IsGreet input will be X, then this is going to return X decision dot strip equals to greet. Similarly, I'll have another isBy function, and then it will return by here inside X decision placeholder. So this function will check the model choice and then return true if the classification matches their category. So isGreet is going to return true here if the choice is greet, and then isBy will return true here if the choice is by. So these will be used later in the routing system to determine which handler to execute based on the user's input. So I've also been getting a lot of complaints from my viewers that the font size in this VS Code is quite small. So for your readability, I'm going to increase the font size here so that you can easily see the code, and then follow along if you want. So I think this much zoom is enough for you to follow on here. Okay, so now we are going to define the branches for our routing system. So here for each category, greet, by, and default, we create a branch using the RunnablePassthrough class. So each branch is assigned a function to handle, and then greet branch calls the greet handler function. Here the greet handler function when the input is classified as a greeting, and by branch calls the by handler when the input is classified as a goodbye, and default branch calls the default handler for any kind of unrecognized input. Now this setup allows us to route the request to the correct handler dynamically, keeping our system modular and easy to extend. So next we are going to create the runnable branch, which will be the core of our routing logic here. So runnable branch, as I said, is going to take your conditions and a branch pair and a default branch. So let me implement this. So let's call it delegation chain equals to, I'll implement it using runnable branch as I said. And like I said, this is going to take a pair of condition and the branch. So if the condition is greet, then we go for greet branch, comma, if the condition is buy, then we go for buy branch, and then for the default value we'll call the default branch here. So this allows us to delegate each user request dynamically to the correct handler based on the model classification, making our routing system fully flexible as well as modular. Now we are going to set up the coordinator agent, which brings everything together. So the coordinator agent will take two input, the decision from the router chain, which tells whether the request is greet, buy or default, and the actual request wrapped in this runnable pass through here. We then pass these through the delegation chain. Again, we have a chain here through the delegation chain, which routes the request to the correct handler based on the choices. And finally, we extract the output of the chosen branch using a simple lambda function as shown here. This structure ensures that each user request flows through classification, routing, and handling in a clean, organized pipeline. And finally, we are going to test our routing system with a few sample requests. So we create a list of inputs that says hello, goodbye, and you're stupid. Then we loop through each of these requests and pass it through our coordinator agent. Now the coordinator handles the request by classifying it, routing it through the correct branch, and then executing the appropriate handler. Then we print out the result for each request so we can see the system in action. Now let me run this code. Let me open my terminal, view, uh, terminal. So let me save this code first, and then I'll run this python 2.routing 1 underscore langchain underscore routing dot py. So if you have no errors, you should see the code running down there. It is taking some time because it is taking time to load this model here. Okay, so as you can see, the greeting goes up to the greet handler, the farewell goes up to the buy handler, and then the unrecognized input here goes to the default handler. And that is it. We've successfully implemented a dynamic routing system using LangChain. And with this setup, you can easily expand your system to handle more intense and complex workflows, making your AI applications smarter and more interactive. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to experiment with your own request and handlers to see how flexible this routing pattern can be. And I will see you in the next video.